Welcome in,
It
y'all.
don't matter the color of the skin, either woman or man, just let the case land. It's here, it's in safe hands. This is God work, not a fake plan. Too many kids being found in these lakes, man. This is MTGV, and you with Miss V. She keep her ear to the street, like a drum to a beat. This is the place that you want.
Shout out to everybody in the
all
building.
trolls
Y'all,
we
please
delete,
smack
you
that
better
thumbs up as you
believe.
come
Just
in.
so you know,
Ring that bell.
for those that's
And also
taking
drop
these
down in the
souls,
chat and let me know
we
who's here.
but
Shout
it's
out to
getting
everybody
so
on the
out of
replay.
control. Just
Shout out
so
to all
you
my
know,
moderators and members.
for
Shout
those
out to
that's
T
taking
Beezy
these
first in the
souls,
building.
we know,
Shout out to
but it's getting so
313.
out of control.
Shout out to Mary Ann.
Thank you for
And
tuning
shout out to
in
my
to
BFF.
MTGV, True Crime TV. Y'all know what it is, man. Team Vaughn, Miss V. And make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. And make
Yeah,
sure you
what
leave a
he
comment
said.
too. Yeah. We're gonna see you on the flip side, man.
All right, y'all. So we are back for part 4 of Deep Dark. And so, last time I was live, y'all, I did not realize that I was playing a video that I never even put up on the screen. So I was watching it, but y'all wasn't listening to what I was trying to share with y'all. And so I'm a play that video again, but before I do that, we are tracing footsteps. So what that means is that we are going back to the beginning, right? Because that's pretty much what we've been doing, going backwards. We talked about Tammy the last time, and then immediately when I got off live stream, I was sent another video. And when I say that, I mean God, like spiritually, like I mean literally, he just sent me stuff that connects. So I don't want to give y'all too much. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Olivia B. Thank y'all so much for being in the building. I'm sure everybody already smacked the thumbs up, so I greatly appreciate y'all. Marianne said, I fell asleep watching your video, had a bad dream. Did you really? Marianne, do you have visions and stuff? Let me know. Was your dream about ZIYAH? Thank you, Chocolate313. Shout out to my sleuths. I appreciate that. I'm so happy to see you, Olivia B. Welcome in. I hope y'all are having a great day today. Like, I've been sitting here preparing for it. I stepped out a little bit earlier. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go out. I dined in somewhere, and then I'm like, I'm going to go live. So what I'm going to do, I want to do a couple live streams. So this one is not going to be as long as the last time. I don't like to do long lives like that. But we got to talk about Trump after this because there's some things going on with Medicaid. I actually heard that it was taken away, Medicaid and Medicare. So I want to get into that too today. So I don't want to be too long, but we definitely going to be going through the initial searches because now that we know more information, this is going to connect some dots that we've been looking at from the time from when JoJo jumped on the panel and we started looking at the churches and going in the areas, looking at the house that she was kept in and all of this stuff. So we've heard from Tammy. We've heard from Rain of Fire. We've heard from Candace Starr. And so now we're going to go back and watch this search. Did all of y'all see the search that Roxy was doing in the beginning of all of this? And do you know the most ironic thing about it? Shout out to my BFF because she mentioned that she thought that Roxy was searching or doing something and she wasn't sure what was going on. So I ran across, literally, I was sharing my video to Facebook and I ran across this. Wait a minute. I ran across this. So Roxy is out, or I'm thinking, oh, let me move the video. I think that maybe she was in Ypsilanti or she's somewhere doing a search. Somebody is missing. And she said that it was the least she could do because they showed up for her. So there's a kid missing. Does anyone know her? If you have any information, please let me know. Please share this so we can get her home. Time is crucial. This is very personal to me, and I'm calling on the city for help. They showed up for me when I needed help for ZIYAH, so it's only right that I return the favor. And then she shared a post saying, "My daughter is missing. Please share if anyone." And I shielded that information because I don't want them to be getting trolled or anything like that. So people just gonna have to go find that information theirself or whatnot. And so somebody is missing, and Roxy was out searching for him, and searching for her. Jayla Noonery, and she's 16 years old. I don't know anything more than that because I literally was setting up for this live stream and I ran across that. Shake the trees, Tracy. Shake the goddamn trees. Yeah, come on out the bushes, the trees. Let go of those limbs and just drop down and hit the thumbs up, y'all. But thank y'all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate y'all being here. Shout out to Michelle and shout out to Sonya. You seen the tether video. That's what BFF was telling me about. And I didn't get a chance to see any videos, so I don't know what's going on. So I got to look into the Medicare, Medicaid. Yes, that's what I was saying, and that's what I'm gonna be doing after this because I don't know the details. I was just told that, and I'm like, what? Are you serious? Okay, so I don't know if y'all seen the search videos when Roxy was on. I'm thinking she was in the Bedford area when she was looking for ZIYAH. So we gonna get right to that. Let me move this out the way right quick. Go here. And you know, I'm gonna flip through these pictures. Oh, well, shoot. Right quick. Another thing that happened right before I went live, I went on to IG. And the Janiyah IG page is posting. You know, it's like they're watching some content creators and answering some questions on this page. And one of the things that I ran across, they're answering something there. That was a birthday party. They're making a difference between the birthday parties and stuff. But I literally just ran into the stuff and I'm just showing it. But one of the things that they said is that mommy was touched by Granny's husband too. And then I ran into this picture. That's where it says it at. Oh no, this says my whole family got rid of my cousin. Wait, I can't see it that good. Hold on. Y'all can see it. I see it now. This is the part where they said that, where she said that. I believe my whole family got rid of my cousin, ZIYAH. Mom was touched as well by grandma's husband. Okay, so that's the one to say that. But one of the things that stick out to me with this picture, look at old Lynette looking like a PIMP. You know what I'm saying? This is why she thinks she cute. She used to be fly back in the day, she thought. Okay? And one of the things I heard Kiwana say is that, you know, that's my auntie. Everybody always respected her. Well, why? Didn't everybody know what was going on in her household? Why did she have, or does she have so much respect? That's crazy to me. I don't understand that. So, yeah, it's a lot going on. So with that being said, if Shannon was touched, then that would mean that Kiwana could have been too by the same guy that did this to Lady. One thing that I heard is that a name was thrown out there, Crystal Gamble. And that seemed to cause a lot of stress on Kiwana. And then I heard Janelle say that Kenya knows a lot of hurtful things about Janelle, and she's inching towards telling that stuff. So it's things that they don't want to come out, and I think that's why it's so bad between these ladies. They know things. They know, they grew up in this stuff. They grew up knowing this stuff. So there's no doubt that everybody knew some weirdness was going on. But I still say that don't mean that they necessarily knew what was going on in the household with Jarvis, and that's why they kept them away. That's why they wouldn't let Naziah go anywhere, and that's why Naziah and Vari, because they was afraid to get them from under their thumb. If they are hanging around people, then they would be likely to start telling. And I also, when I was just on Facebook, I see that Roxy posted 4 hours ago, never refriend or refamily anyone back into your life if they've tried to ruin your reputation, character, finances, and relationship. Snake may shed its skin, but it's still a snake. Okay? All right. I mean, I feel that. Now, I ain't on nobody's side but Naziah. But I ain't no fool either. And I'm pay attention. I let people's work talk for them, because my work definitely talk for me. So let's look at this video. Now, one thing that I heard too that I didn't like, it's like a doubt was created on this last panel where Kiwana was talking, and she said something about Roxy being in town at the time and giving these different times that Roxy was in town. Me personally, I only blame Annette, which is why you see her on my screen, and everybody that was in Annette's house. I'm just letting y'all know, like, that's where I'm at with it. But you just have to pay attention to actions and less words, because people will talk, and some people got the gift of gab, and they be talking nothing but a bunch of BS. And it's a distraction. But to put that out there, because Janelle was saying, like, all of the stuff that's going on the internet could mess the case up. It could leave reasonable doubt. Jarvis could get off, blase, skip A, and all that. He ain't getting off. He ain't. And he got other cases that he still gotta face. But when Kiwana started talking about Roxy being in and out of town, and saying that she was there before Naziah went missing, and something about the clothes and all of that right there, that's some kind of stuff that could really mess up the case, when you putting another family member in it and making people think that other family member could have something to do with it. I just thought that was crazy to me, to say that. But anyway, let me get back focused, man. These people are a distraction, y'all, in my opinion, against, taking your mind off of the tracks that we are on. That's how I feel. Nah, she wants the heat off of her. Exactly. That too. I feel like it's things that the reason why they didn't want to talk in the beginning, they was distorting the voice and back and stuff, is because they really didn't want, they know all the dirt of the family, you know what I'm saying, the history of the family, and they didn't want that stuff to come out, because that's what's happening right now. And when the way that Kenya said that other person's name, and the way that Kiwana reacted, it tells me that it's a lot deeper, and they don't want that stuff to come out. That's why they're doing all this stuff, and it is disgusting. It's distracting, and at this point, they just ain't nothing else to talk about. They fighting. He needs to pay if he did this. He absolutely need to pay, and I ain't excusing him for nothing, because he did. We got the text messages. We got a lot on him. So, welcome in, V314. And welcome in to TBZ. Oh, I did speak to TBZ before when I first jumped in here. Good afternoon, Teresa. Shout out to Brian's in the building. Thank you for sharing me out, Brian's. How you doing, Kaiser? Welcome in. Hooker, maybe? Right, yeah. Yeah, so Hooker turns madam. You know, that's what happened? She upgraded. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with this search.
Move the shit around too if you need to.
Okay, I just want to touch your stuff.
Dang it.
How long you had this vehicle like here? Parked here, if you don't mind me asking.
My dad owned it.
Oh, okay.
That's why it's back here. Where he passed about 10 years ago.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Straight?
Thank you, sir.
So that pillow he had in there looked like it had blood on it.
The family began their search in the area the psychic had directed them to. I've provided the entire search video, but if you don't want to watch it all, you can skip to 30 minutes and 40 seconds, where she explains all the strange things that occurred during the search.
Helping. Shit, I want to know.
This lady's been missing since January.
I want y'all to get peace. Shit.
Come on, baby. Y'all take care. I hope y'all find y'all baby.
I watch a lot of criminal minds.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was just her. I don't know if it was just her or it's other people. I just want to let y'all know I'm not trying to put nobody on live, but I have people that's giving me information. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to have. I'm not doing this shit for clout. I'm just doing it for my cousin. But it's other people outside of y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's helping me, showing me streets, buildings, and all that stuff like that. So I just want to make that very clear. I don't know what the fuck.
Yep,
I'm already trying to keep calm as it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure everybody pretty much know how I feel right about now. So it's not that I'm trying to put anybody on live, but I appreciate the boots on the ground, but I also, everybody can't be here. You know what I'm saying? However, I am about to go live and put the psychic back on here so she can tell us the area. I already told her whatever, so she is waiting on my call. So I am about to do that right now. Okay. What for my car? I don't see y'all. Just next door saying that he owned the vehicle and wouldn't give his name. But earlier when I was on the street and I was interviewing the Freddie guy, he said that they were both his vehicles. And then when I asked this postman guy were they related, and he said, "Oh, well, I'm not about to answer all of that. I'm not about to answer all that." And then now the Cadillac is oh no, the Cadillac is here. Now, not saying it was blood or not blood, but there was a dark spot that was just kind of like in one area. And then when I asked him what it was, he the first time he said, "Come on now." Then the second time he stuttered. Anywho.
Shady. Shady.
Woo, so okay. Can somebody tag Tammy?
She said Cadillac.
And tell her I'm ready.
I can read it. Weird that she is a soft and a beard and then Freddie. Like that lady not even from Michigan, so she wouldn't know nothing about this. But then he acted so nonchalant.
Yeah, then he said that them was both his cars, and when I asked him if they had any relation, he said he wasn't gonna answer the question. And then he said they were talking about, "Oh my God," when I asked him what was the dark stain that was in the back of the vehicle.
You see how he
Timmy made a video on TikTok talking about some watching after she Beyonce Dior, that's old, because me and Tammy just talked like not even 25 minutes ago. We've moved on.
That's what I was thinking too. When she asked, you asked that birth spot, you see how you got sent a little bit?
Yeah. But when I asked him the first time, he was like, "Oh my God." Yeah. And then I was like, "No, but for real, what is that?"
Right.
Of course.
What about checking the hand and something? Next block, the other day?
Yeah, we about to.
Okay, so I'ma pause it, see what y'all saying. Okay, so y'all heard her say the name Freddie, and she also said Cadillac, a car. That's a car that they kind of suspecting. And so the Freddie name is Tammy said that name before she went out there. And now just so happened she runs across somebody named Freddie. I didn't even realize the music was up that high still. Welcome in to everybody coming in. Please smack that thumbs up as you coming through the door. And also subscribe to the channel and set all notifications so you know every time I go live. This is the 4th episode of Deep Dark, and we kind of going backwards. I'm being led to these videos are coming to me as I end my live stream. And so that's kind of why we follow on this path all the way from Rain of Fire, Rain of Fire, Candace Starr and Tammy being mentioned. She's the one that they work with in the beginning, and to me all of this stuff means something. Okay, so we want to pay attention to all the details that's being talked about because the beginning was the most genuine time of this case. Okay, so we got to pay attention to what's being said, what Roxy's saying, and all of that. Like I said in the beginning, I never felt a reason to discredit anything that she was doing. And because all of this distraction and all this stuff is coming out, everybody has their own motives and why they're doing certain things and want you to look at other things. So that's why I always don't pay attention to the distractions. I want our cases to be taken seriously. I'm doing this because our cases don't get the attention that they deserve. And so the last thing I want to do is cause distractions because our purpose is to get justice and that ZIYAH is found. Okay? So welcome in, everybody. We're going to get back to this video.
Who got a picture of the church? Who got a picture of the church? Punch it up. The church. Do you know the
I didn't even know this stuff.
Indiana. Finkel in Indiana.
Oh, wait.
Trinity Church.
Trinity Church. Okay, so I just want to say that I had no idea when I was watching the other videos that all of this they were already on the trail of all of this stuff. I didn't know this stuff when I had played that, when I was doing all of the videos prior to this. And so this is very interesting to me to hear what they were saying actually in the beginning when it was actually going on. And it was, she just said Indiana. So in my last live stream when we was playing we were playing Tammy's video, they conversation with Mark and Roxy, the Indiana, when they said it, I didn't realize that it was an Indiana street that they were on or something doing this search. And it connected with Nay and me. Like when I said, when Nay was talking, Nay is the person that Jarvis was calling after he did what he did on the 9th. He was supposed to be going to her house. And she was mispronouncing Ypsilanti, calling it she was saying it's so jack, but she was like Ypsiani or Ypsiana or something. And I was like, it sounds like she's saying Ypsilanti and Indiana mixed. And then I find out that, because I watched just a little bit of this, and I found out that it was an Indiana street. So that's a connection. That's weird. They mentioned Nay. We knew nothing about Nay up until I did my video, and the person that I shared it from actually called her on the phone. That was probably, it wasn't that long ago, but and this was this was in the beginning. So that's a connection. And I feel like these distractions is meant to take us off our trail, our game. Look at this, don't look at me. I don't know if it's because they don't want the whatever happened to come out or something else, but the less you listen to that, the better and less confused you'll be.
Trinity Church.
You got me on live. I don't do that social media.
She's like,
I don't do that live stuff.
Well, get out the camera.
Trinity Church.
Are they open? Oh no, they open.
So
Yeah.
hello? How did you guys get a tip over here?
A psychic.
On the west side.
Hello.
Thank you, Spicy.
That's why I'm here. 'Cause they-
The
Welcome
shoes
in.
was her shoes was found at that abandoned building that's over there off of Berg. That's where I found her shoes at.
See, y'all just heard her.
Bird.
That was on Berg.
in
It wasn't on
Rikers.
7 Mile. It was on Berg. It's like
Now, people been saying Roxy didn't find the shoe, and then Kiwana brought that up, like insinuating with the pink jumper that Roxy put it over there, and I just thought that was real shitty. Like, unless you know she did that, like that's helping Jarvis. I hope you know that. Out of everything that's being said, that right there was crazy to me to say that out her mouth. That's creating doubt. That will give them something to say. Like, and it's coming from a family member. That's crazy to me.
I guess it's like an abandoned golf course or something like that. And when I was over there looking, the shoe was like on the tree branch.
Did you guys talk to him?
That's another thing that caught my attention. How the hell was it on the tree branch? I thought that man on the stand said he set that stuff that way. I know he said that because I made a big deal out of it. I said, why would they set the stuff like that instead of leaving it like the killer left it? Right? He correct me if I'm wrong. I heard him say that. And now she's saying that it was on the branch when she found it. What's the truth? I'm just saying that's an inconsistency with the court and everything. The guy that found it.
Decided or missing persons about that?
Yeah, she's her name is Naziah Harris. She's a very
I was out actually looking for her.
Yeah.
She was first missing.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm asking how are we getting to this location right now?
a tip from someone in the community.
Do you know what house or
She specifically said that one that was vacant, but she's saying that she's seeing other things. So I'm trying to see if she could give us like a general area. But now it may be Trinity Baptist Church. So we're just waiting on verification from her.
do you have your ID on you?
Huh?
Do you have your ID on you? We just have to get your name.
Again?
I haven't talked to you.
Roxy.
So right here at this part, like this Roxy is like the cops are coming out, discouraging them from searching and all of this kind of stuff. You just heard her ask for an ID. At some point, Roxy gonna start crying, and that's because she noticed that the officer that she's talking to, her badge says homicide. And at that moment, she realized that her cousin is probably not here anymore.
Hold the camera. Oh, okay. My bad. To the house. That had the white shed.
I ain't know about this white shed, none of that.
There's no house that had a white shed in the back. That house right there don't have no shed in the back. Like it don't even have no garage. The only one that has something that was once upon a time white is the one. It's a vacant house that's down there on the corner. But
Now, are we on Bedford or Indiana? I'm not sure what street they on right now. Do y'all know? Because y'all probably seen this.
The garage is like no longer there. It's like, torn down, if you will. So go there.
We just over here just trying to help. Like the mother of the child, we are close to her.
Do y'all know that Roxy felt like Naziah was being moved? She said as they were searching and they was being discouraged not to search and all this, she felt like she was being moved. I never knew that she said this stuff. That is so wild to me. So y'all, while this is playing, I'm kind of putting up y'all comments, but I'm really listening to this because I haven't watched it. So I'm not ignoring y'all, and I definitely want to know what y'all think about this though.
Not a friend, a person from the community gave her a tip.
She trying to see the area. Okay.
Okay.
Is
Oh,
Tammy
they on
in
the
here?
west side. Okay, thank you, Chocolate.
Okay, so this is the house.
Wait, let's look at it. Got green on that house a little bit. But wait, Mushy said who was the guy that he said I don't understand. None of them want their sordid family history revealed. Yes, all the accountability. This is a tactical deflection. Yes, I feel like many tactics are being used. Naziah body was moved twice. Wow. See, I didn't notice she thought that stuff like in the beginning, and it's feeling like it's a cover up, is what she was feeling like. That's kind of what it's looking like, right? Like, I think she was on to something in the beginning. That's crazy, y'all. Oh, so the guy that said that he was the, I don't remember his name, but he was the one that was he was the first one to get the allegedly he was the first one to get the clothes and lay them out and take the pictures and all of this stuff. And I was a little irritated with him because I was saying, why wouldn't he take a picture and of the state that it was in when he found it instead of posing it like it was posed? And then I was saying in the last video that it didn't make sense to me what he was saying, because there was another guy that came out that everybody confused with him being the one to find it, but he was just the one that came and recorded it after Roxy and Mark D had been out there, because I heard that Mark D had recorded it. When he recorded it, it was in that position. And I was saying, how is it already in that position when he's recording it? Because the police ain't there yet. Because if the police was there, they wouldn't have let him get close to that evidence to film it as close as he was, and he was live. So that did not make sense to me. Okay? Something ain't, man, listen. It's a lot not right about this.
Okay. Can Tammy see? Is Tammy in here, y'all?
And I also want to say the channel that I'm playing this from, it will be in the description box at the end of this video.
No, I did not. I didn't even know y'all was coming.
Okay.
I called y'all last night.
Why are they coming? You know what I'm saying? Why can't they search for her? What the hell is going on here? Why they wasn't searching? One thing that she said is that they had called them out there to look into some of the stuff or whatnot, and they wouldn't even go into the house. They said they couldn't go into the house. I think this might happen on this conversation.
When I was here.
And what happened last night? What did officers tell you?
When we had came last night, we could smell the dog feces, but then we could smell like a different odor. And one of the officers did come out here and verify that he could smell the odor, but they said, that they couldn't go in there or what have you. They did,
Which house was it?
This one.
This one? And
Yeah.
they couldn't go in it?
That's what they said.
Okay.
That's what they said.
Okay, y'all hear that? Her response, they couldn't go in it? Okay. Make it make sense. I'm just saying, like, I had no idea. I didn't. This is wild. I've always believed Naziah had been moved multiple times. Really? I never knew that. They nonchalantly. Welcome in, Natalie and Miss Tracy. Yeah, see, I didn't know, y'all. Wow, like to hear all of the stuff that was going on in the beginning and all the shadiness. Like, why would a cop come out there and say they can't go in there and search if they smell an odor that is an odd odor? What?
So, with that, we was like, okay, and then we left. And then there was a lady who said, she was having visions or whatever the case is.
Okay, yeah, she's in here now. Saying that she was having visions or what have you, and she wanted to like see because she's not here in the state. She wanted to see something.
Look at this cat. Is this cat trying to tell us something? Like I didn't notice the cat until it fell down and kind of went into a row, but and it looked like my old cat Tiger. Oh my god! Or
I'm like, okay, so I was trying to show her the backyard because she keeps saying it's emotional, y'all.
I get it.
so I had a cat named Tiger and Honey. That cat looks like a mix between them both, kind of like. Anyway, that just stood out to me, and this is the part when Roxy noticed that her badge say homicide, but they ain't showed us nothing. Anyway, let me just let this play, and why I watch this cat.
She keep asking me to look for this white shed, and I don't see the white shed nowhere.
So what's making her point to this street?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
To me, this is genuine, y'all. I'm sorry. To me, it's genuine.
Is that who you're talking to right now?
Yeah. I don't know.
Does she live around here? Do you know this person?
No, this lady is out of state, and I know that it sounds crazy. You know, I get it. I get it.
Right, BFF. Oh, right, Mary.
Yeah. But what's crazy is she asking me, she said the police said they couldn't go in. As if she was surprised. I'm like, yeah, they said they couldn't go in.
Okay, a lieutenant came and said, we can't go in.
That's what I told her. I told her I was out here last night. She was like, you was out here last night? Yes.
She said it's live wires, it's blocked off, we can't get in. After that, they all
okay.
The house.
Sorry, I was talking to the police, y'all. Is Tammy in here?
Yeah, that cat was trying to tell us something, just like Legend was trying to tell us something. They on some bullshit. They rolling over on some bullshit.
Yeah, that's what she told me too.
Yep, they crooked.
Where'd she hear it come from? She said she heard. I asked her if she had to give me a direction that it was coming in, and she showed that house right there that got the barbecue pits on it, and then that red house. And she said ain't nobody never in that house. Huh? She said they ain't nobody never in that house. The girl told me that in the red house ain't nobody never in that house. It's just their dogs. And I'm like, okay, well, how long you been?
See, like I said before, Mushy, what I believe that they all know is the weirdness that goes on in that family. I only blame the family members, but I could see why people feel the way they do with all of the stuff that's been coming out and all of the, distractions and all of that stuff. And so it's kind of, it's forcing us to look at other things that may or may not be so relevant to finding the ZIYAH, and it's getting more into the weird darkness of the family, and they're defending that. But I don't have any proof to say that Roxy did anything. Like, I don't have any evidence to say that Roxy placed those clothes there or anything. Like, I can't do it. I blame Annette more than anybody, because I know that she the one that's keeping it going. She the one that controlled all of this stuff. I'm not mad at these people. I think they all need to get help. But if anybody is arrested or found guilty, then that's when you gonna see me change my opinion and go from there with the new evidence that they found. But right now we looking at Nettie looking like P. Diddy right about now. And then the fact that her daughter let her children go to her is just crazy. I mean, if this is true.
Before the kids went to Annette, guess who asked to get the children? We were back and forth with Lady about, no, let us get, the plan was from the jump. One of us was going to get the kids. Lady chose her mother. Before the kids went to Annette, guess who asked?
Yeah. Oh, Annette. That's who I blame. And I mean, yeah, I blame her because she is the madam of the house. She the one that control everything. She called the kids stupid because that's what she think of kids, period. That kids are only for making money in all ways. Barter and trading the kids. I question if anybody that ever ran away from them was if they ever returned. Do they get to a certain age where they got to put the fear of God in them to let them know, don't play with me? Why is she so dang unrespected? I heard what Kiwana said. That just blew me away. She always been respectful. Everybody always respected Ned. Why? Knowing what happened in that house. Who the hell is looking up to some woman, some person like this to do this stuff to their own kids? Respect her? That's weird. That's weird.
Here, she said she only been here for a couple months, and I'm like, so do you see teenagers, walking up and down or whatever the case is? Oh, well, I don't, and the girl in the red house ain't know nothing. She ain't even know about Ziya missing.
My little girl on the porch said she been doing her research. She said she been watching. She was like, so where the church at with her shoes and shit, or stuff on her shoes and her shirt at. I'm like, where the church at around here?
Okay, she want me to show her the house that's in the video. The police told me to step back for a minute.
Let's keep track of the likes because I'm not sure how many likes we got right now, y'all. We want to get to 1,000 likes. So shout out to my replay sleuths. Y'all, please help us get over this mark. But there's no reason why we can't get 1,000 likes if we don't have any haters in the building. So please double check and make sure that you hit the like button. Make sure that it's stuck. Double tap your screen or hit the 3 dots upper right to get to the thumbs up. It's free, y'all. That's how you show your support. And if you want to show some love, hit that fire and horns. Like, if you really rock with this channel, that's how you show love. That's my symbols here. Fire and horns. Okay, so we gonna get back to it.
So that's why I'm not over there right now to be able to show her the house, because they told me to step away from the house.
That's crazy. Mm-hmm. Why did they need to get away from the house for them to do that? Why? I mean, why is it shady like this? Why?
She wants to see a brick house.
So what I'm seeing, it look like we got 67 thumbs up and 89 people watching. Can y'all double check and make sure you hit the thumbs up? Let me see what y'all saying right quick. This is absolutely ridiculous. The way that everything happened in the beginning is like making me mad right now because they're telling them to get away from the house so they can check the odor. Is that what they said? How do you call the cops, tell them you smell an odor that's different from other odors, and they don't, oh, we can't go in the house? What? Ain't you the police? If you can't go in, who can? I'm not sure what street they on, but I know Chocolate said they are definitely on the west side, so this is not a net side of the street, side of the town. And I heard them say Indiana, but I don't know if this is Indiana that they're on. We already know how some police do, and with that motel being so nasty, maybe the police is covering up something. Okay, I know it sounds crazy, but at this point, it don't sound crazy at all. I've been watching, man, corruption is very popular in the police force. I believe it's a lot of corruption going on, especially with the way that this worked. I believe that it's somebody in every position. I've been saying that because that's what we looking at here. How do the school mess up? How does the grandmother mess up? CPS didn't put her last name on the report. Her last name, and then Lynn didn't investigate it because they didn't, I don't know, just a bunch of messing up. Jarvis not being on the registry. How did he get off the registry? And that was, I remember 2019 being said about that he didn't get back on the registry until 2019, which it just clicked to me, according to Cold Piece, that Disney trip happened in 2019. So that's a connection. I remember Janelle saying that they left her apartment that she had passed over to Shannon because of Jarvis's shenanigans. But one thing I also remember is she never said what Jarvis's shenanigans were. So why did Shannon get put out of that apartment that Janelle let her get? I'm curious. Welcome to Lena. She said everyone that has smelled death says it's a very distinctive smell. Exactly. You cannot deny it. You can, I mean, we've all smelled like a deer on the side of the road, or you know what I'm saying? And why hasn't he registered? Just shows how corrupt DPD is. Exactly. How do somebody with his record that spent all them years in prison get off the registry? And another thing that stuck out, Janelle had told the story about Jarvis being pulled over by the police, and that's how she found out about his record. What she said is that and did I put that in here? Dang, I think I didn't. But she was talking about the she was saying that Jarvis got pulled over by the police, and that's when she found out about his record, because she was searching for some information about where he was at or whatnot. She said he had his daughter with him. I think she said his 6-month-old daughter with him when he was pulled over by the police. He didn't go to jail. He's an offender with a baby. He got pulled over by the police. I mean, they didn't keep him. What happened after that? Who sends their 6-month-old baby with a known offender who had just got out? He wasn't out long. Like a baby, a 6-month-old baby, to watch her for a couple days. I heard Janelle say that. And I've heard her say that before. As far as him getting pulled over with the baby, but I ain't know about the couple days that he was supposed to be keeping the baby. Like, what are we doing here? I think that they just following their mama's lead. That's what they was taught. They was raised in this, and this is their norm. And so it was absolutely normal to do what they did with ZIYAH, they own, and all of that. And everybody in this family knows, because it's happened for generations and generations and generations.
It's a brick house down there. I mean, it's a brick house.
The whole block is brick.
The whole block is brick. I mean, I don't want nobody to feel some type of way with, their addresses and stuff. Okay. I'm gonna start back at this house. Where's Tammy?
It does, BFF. Shout out to Miss TT.
Oh,
welcome in. Shout out to my member. Ooh, I hate when people do that.
No, they gotta wait for the supervisor to go in there.
And what's with the church that you guys were just talking about?
We're trying to get a picture of it to see if
Is that person that you're talking to suggesting that area?
Yes, ma'am.
But she said
no, she's not suggesting the area. She just asked for the picture of it.
Roxy, they said your line's muted.
I know. It's unmuted now though. So what's crazy is I asked him, was them his cars? And he said, yeah, not a post office man saying that they his car. Both of those cars are his cars. And I'm like,
in the backseat? Ain't no parking lot for sure. Where? What?
It's a
in the backseat?
It's a fair amount of a stain. Right, it's on the carpet.
This one right here. They need to bring that light.
Okay, so we got two people now claiming a vehicle. And you just heard her say the postal worker said it was his. So that's a job position that somebody walking up and down the street that could see everything and kind of, look out and see. Anyway, that just rang a bell to me, talking about a postal worker. And whose car is it and why they lying about it and moving the car around and all this shady stuff? Why?
On both sides. I just asked the officer, I said, y'all could be able to tell what blood look like, right?
They can test that shit and see if it's her blood.
Right.
At least the light. The light.
Hours?
I know.
I was supposed to go pick somebody the fuck up a minute ago. I ain't even go pick them up.
So, yeah,
You don't have to find your way.
I
I
was
feel
dead.
bad too. I'm like, shit, y'all gotta come to me now.
Yeah, I'm let's say, hold on. No, hold on. I gotta grab my machete because I gotta
Hey,
walk
Debbie.
through this.
Don't bring your goddamn machete.
If you do, it's a lot of
We gonna knock all
No,
that.
it's
We gonna come
It's
on
legal.
here. Good, look, all of us.
They're legal.
Oh,
It's all through that thing. But it's not. You feel me?
it's a shed back there.
Yeah, you gotta walk all the way through.
Okay, so we going through this area where the shed is that she was talking about.
The water leaking back here.
Okay, so there's water.
It's water leaking. It's a lot of water.
There's water leaking back here. Where's the shed? Yeah, we're going to the street and see if I can see it from that side. Okay, there's definitely water back here.
The water running.
The water is running.
The water running back here.
What?
You got your machete? Come on, I'm with you. Yeah, still check that. Yeah, please, still check that.
Where you going? He's going this way, Ro. He's going this way.
Yeah, come on.
So we see the water. We're trying to find the shed. You sure there's a lot of garbage bags underneath this cup. Damn it.
Shake the trees, Tracy.
Thank you. Just walk down the street.
Exactly, Talina.
What? You got some?
We in the building.
You fucked up the shoes.
I done fucked up my shoes.
This is wild, man.
Ish. Okay. Water. Shit. But this is the one that
Welcome, Kawana.
I looked at.
Thank you for dropping the fire. Thank you, Debbie.
Okay. She said an iron gate.
The fucking gate.
Okay.
I didn't notice.
Here's the gate.
Hold
Ooh,
on, y'all. Hold it. I didn't know all this came from Tammy. I had no idea. Well, I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know all this stuff came from Tammy. What y'all thinking? Thank y'all for dropping the fire. And if y'all want to drop the fire and horns, join membership. Drop the, special emojis. And you get special privileges for being a member too. You stand out in a chat for one. And it shows me how much you really support me. So if you do think that my content is great, join membership, because I want to get enough members so we can start having members only live streams. But I got to get enough members before I can do that. And that's why I haven't done anything quite yet with the members. Is Cold Peace in here? I see somebody type their name. Shake the trees, Tracy. Shout out to Cold Peace. Welcome in. She says she's showing some love. Thank you so much, Cold Peace, for what you do. I really appreciate your content. You do a good job of sticking to the details and showing us things that most people miss. Shout out to you. Y'all check her out. Please drop her link. One of the moderators, please drop Cold Peace link. We were playing her video yesterday. She had the Tammy video, and it was another. She got stuff that I had not seen, y'all. It's helping me.
Somebody,
it's helping me connect dots.
Please tag Tammy. Like now, please. Why they got the water just running like that?
What's
I think
up
it's a
with
pump
that?
that's coming out of the basement.
So
can somebody please tag Tammy, please?
Oh my God. What the heck? There goes a barrel. I mean, it kind of looked like a barrel to me and not a garbage can, but that just made me think about that.
You looking at it, this shit. But speak to Tammy.
I'm trying to get her.
Why would water be running back there? Who's paying for that water?
We got gloves now.
Listen out here, kids.
Black bars on autumn.
Don't be alarmed. Don't be alarmed. Don't be alarmed. That's what I said. Don't be alarmed.
See that Roxy? The gate.
Yeah, the iron fence. What street is this?
Stump.
Yeah, what street is this?
I don't know.
That's what we want to know. Shoot,
what street is this? Oh, Wisconsin. I'm looking for my cousin that's missing. She a 13-year-old girl.
Did she just say Wisconsin? Is it a Wisconsin street over there on the west side, Chocolate? She said it, and then she just said it really quick.
And somebody told me that she might be in this area. So I'm not trying to scare y'all. I'm just looking for my cousin.
Oh, man. People making it a big deal, too. Like, so then they could use that. Oh, you're scaring the neighbors. We don't need you guys to do any searches. She dead. You don't need to look for her. Like, that's really starting to look more shady. The more that I'm thinking about everything, the more that I'm seeing this kind of stuff. The whole don't look for her thing is sounding real shady to me. Especially after going over to the traffic end and you got the dang on bobtails out there. That's what it looked like. Trailers or whatever that goes onto a cab of a semi truck. And then that highway right there. And then the fact that motel is so shady. Somebody mentioned, they could have underground tunnels of that thing. Because one thing that I notice about every last place, the car wash, the business they work at, the motel across the street, and that apartment building, one thing they all got in common, and the cleaners that that Jarvis told JoJo that she would be working in back in 2004. They're all on the corner. Is that a coincidence? They're all sitting on the corner. So that would make it easy for a prostitute to chill right there on the corner and run into the building for a room or whatnot. I mean that stuck out to me. I guess a PIMP would want a corner location, so he makes sure that he buys them all. I don't know. That's crazy, but it connects. Miss V, yes, what you said. So was that Wisconsin Street that she said? Childish? No, it's not. I never thought of that, Miss V. JoJo, don't that make sense? It all when I looked at that location, I was like, they're all on the corner. Okay, let's keep going. Welcome in, JoJo. And welcome in, everybody.
ZIYAH Harris. Thank you very much. Is it open?
Hey, Candy.
Okay, thank you.
I think the front door is open, but if it's locked, then try the side door.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, thank you, TT.
Huh? Is her fat? No, she's not. She's slim.
It sure is, Debbie. Way too many. Way too many.
Okay, this is being really good.
A breeding ground for crime, and they know it too.
A glass door with steps? No, it ain't no. Oh yeah, the front door. The front door was a glass door. Is somebody right down here? Okay. Y'all got it. Oh, y'all already in there.
Virtuous Vanjie, welcome in.
Open that for me. I forgot my bed.
No, they didn't find her.
This is a Christmas tree.
Welcome,
Yeah, it
Stephanie
felt like a Christmas tree.
and Michelle.
Ooh, I'm gonna take that one out.
It's a Christmas tree.
Thank you for the fire and horn.
Well, let me
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Help us get to 1,000 thumbs up, y'all. Did somebody get hurt?
I'm looking for my cousin of ZIYAH Harris. Somebody got to pull up a picture because I'm.
So we can be on the lookout for it with you guys.
Yes, ma'am.
How long she been missing?
Since January 9th, she's been missing for 7 months.
Oh,
And we
7
had got a tip
months
that she might be
later?
over here in this area.
Oh.
So we've been on Indiana and
7
You
months.
guys suspected she was kidnapped or she just...
Did y'all know this was 7 months later? I had no idea because obviously this is my first time listening to it all. Shout out to Baloo's. Welcome in. I didn't know the time frame of this. They all look lazy. Welcome in, OG Jamel. What indicates that they are lazy? Is it the flip-flops and the toes out? Because, I mean, and when you search an abandoned building, you might want to have on some boots. Man, like, but shout out to them for their efforts. Did you hear the child ask if she was fat? Child may have seen the Aunt Shannon. I didn't hear it. I missed it. Okay, let me... That's crazy. Let me hit play.
So run away, like, what are you guys thinking?
at this point we suspected foul play.
Okay. I'll touch your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No, I have not seen her. But I will. Is this on Facebook somewhere or?
It's everywhere. You can just type in her name and she will pop up.
Okay. We'll be on the lookout. Did you guys go upstairs and downstairs? Like, we okay?
I believe they did. Y'all went upstairs, downstairs.
Don't feel bad. Look at mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
She said the window and the door. Okay, so this is the glass door and these steps. So ask her, can y'all ask her,
14831.
is this the glass door and the steps?
Back up, Roxy.
Oh, and
the little step.
the little step right here, that's a step, and this is a step. Zaya? Nazaya? Nazaya?
14831, is that what I said?
Oh, this little girl
Does that
outside.
match an area code?
See, it's things like that. I was screaming Nazaya's name. She talking about, huh? That's a little girl outside.
Mm-mm.
Desire.
Roxy and the family continued on the search, but it wasn't no luck on finding anything. She went live the next day to talk about everything that went on yesterday at the search.
And this is very
Recap of
interesting right here.
yesterday. You know the psychic, if a median told me to go on Indiana. So I went on Indiana. She was telling me, you know, I was showing her the area. She kept saying that she wanted me to look for this shed, this white shed. And somehow, some way, somebody called the police and the police showed up. So as I was doing that, as I was trying to talk to Tammy, I'm getting questioned by the police. Ask me for my ID and all kind of things. So yesterday when I was on the live, the reason why I kept muting it, it wasn't to not let y'all hear, but that like the police were asking me my personal information. So obviously I can't put that out. You know, so that's why I had to mute it, or certain things, you know, that just wasn't supposed to be, you know, out when it, as far as me or whatever. So that's why I kept, you know, muting it if it has something to do with me and my personal information. When the police came out there, it's like I appreciated her effort, but at the same time, I feel like she was almost trying to make me seem like I was like crazy. I felt like when I don't know if it was me or someone else who had said, you know, we were working with a psychic or what have you, and she was like, a psychic, and is she here, and is it, and you know, that's when I kind of broke down, you know, and I was trying to explain to her, like, I understand to you, you know, that it might sound crazy, but you need to understand, you know, from my point of view, someone who has been looking for her for you know, 7 months, and I've been coming up empty-handed every single time, and right now at this moment, this is the only hope.
Did she just say she been looking for her for 7 months? I'm just trying to, I don't know what month this was. So that's kind of, I don't know. Let me just let it keep playing.
Hope that I have to hold on to. So we're not trying to interfere with anything. I didn't even know, you know, it seems like when the supervisor came out there that we had to be in the right area. That's just what I feel. I don't know if we were or if we weren't, but when the supervisor came out there, it was just certain things that she was just that she was saying, you know, just taking a step back and thinking about certain words that she used and certain words that she said. I feel like ever since I started my journey for Nazaya in February, I feel like I've been very close.
Oh, February.
From, you know, when I was over there on 3 Mile in Cornwall and not 3 Mile in Cornwall, looking over there on Bedford and stuff. So part of me, as much as I don't want to come to, certain actions are making me feel like she's not alive. Certain things that people are doing, certain words that the police are using, And the articles that have been put out is making me think that she's not. And I'm not saying that she's not, but it's making me think that she's not. And then considering the fact that yesterday this supervisor, she said that she was with missing persons. But as I'm looking at her badge doesn't say anything about missing persons. Her badge clearly says homicide. Her badge clearly says homicide. So what does homicide mean? Like,
triggers.
So I got real emotional in that moment. You know, so I had this real I had this real bad feeling yesterday that something was like happening. It's like I almost feel like every time we close, she's moving.
That's crazy.
And then or
that's crazy to me. Every time they get close, she feel like they moving her. I never knew that they were saying this stuff in the beginning. Now, JoJo, what did you tell me the zip code was? Because for whatever reason, I don't find. Oh, I bet you was in that dang on notebook. And that I don't have in front of me. What was the zip code that you had gave me? Wait, let me hit play.
When we're close, I get told to stop. When I first got here in February, March, I was looking over there on Bedford and what is that street? Bedford and 3 Mile in like Corville area. I can't really say Corville, but like 3 Mile in Bedford. And I was we were finding certain things. And I was told to stop.
Okay, 4-8.
Okay. Then tried to find another outlet to keep her in the media, in the media, to make her name go as far as possible as I can. And I was in front of the courthouse, on Thursdays and things like that. And I was told to stop that. So I feel like it's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. Like, I almost feel like I don't know if I need to, man. And then yesterday, stop. So it's like.
So when they flashed that address, I thought that I seen 14831. I think that that's what I seen, and then I was like, wait a minute, that is very close to the zip code that JoJo gave me. I might go back. I don't know. Did y'all pay attention to that address when I pointed out that I was looking at it? I will have to go back. Unless somebody can go back and look at that address and let me know if that address is 14831.
Like, I don't. Anywho, so as I was over there or what have you, I started knocking on the neighbors' doors. Right? I started knocking on the neighbors' doors. One lady said that she heard somebody scream out, "Help me," and that was at 5:00. That same day we had went over there, but it wasn't until like 8:30 at night. So I'm like, you heard somebody say, "Please help me" at 5:00. And I was like, well, did it sound serious? Did it sound like people was just playing? Like kids were just playing, or what have you. And then she was like, no, like it did sound serious. When I tell y'all, I don't condone violence, okay? Let me say that. I don't condone violence. But when that lady said that,
welcome in, Top Flight.
I ain't even gonna say it. I think y'all know. I think y'all
Auntie
know.
Mo.
Like, what you mean? What you mean you heard it and you didn't invite to call the police and you didn't think that it was serious? Huh? It's like, this is what I don't understand, right? This is what I don't understand. All of these people that's in these neighborhoods, right, is saying that they heard this and they heard that. Like the girl on Corville. Yeah, Naziah's in the house, and
oh, I got trolls.
I called her name twice, and she answered. I called the police, and I'm like, so why you ain't go over there? Why you ain't go check it out? Why you ain't go follow the voice? If she answered you once, but not twice. But then on top of that, it's like you don't even know Naziah and what Naziah's voice sound like. So y'all just once again slapping my cousin name on something, talking about, oh, it's her, it's her, it's her. And that's like the irritating part, because you have people like me that's following every little lead. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's why I was just trying to like hurry up and wrap the conversation up with the lady that said that she heard something. And then, you know, I went across the street to the other lady. Then she didn't really have much information or what have you. But then the big bombshell. So when people in the community or what have you was searching around or whatever, I guess someone was like leaning on the car or something like that, and then this guy from the that was on the neighborhood was yelling like, hey, get off the car, get off the car. I didn't know they was on the car, so I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm turning like, dang, like what's going on? Because I was still, you know, knocking on people's doors, just trying to talk to people and seeing if they seen anything or what have you. I just heard yelling. So eventually, you know, I made my way down or what have you to him. And, you know, I introduced myself or what have you. And he had told me earlier that those were his cars. So I was like, oh, okay. You know, he told me, you know, he had been on the block for like years. Basically, he grew up on the block or what have you. His parents was on the block, and then I guess it's, you know, they passed down houses generation to generation, you know, which is nice. You know, you're in the same neighborhood and things like that. And he owns like, I think 3 or 4 other properties on that street. So as I introduced myself to him and I asked him what his name was, and he said his name was Fred. No, he said his name was Freddie. Y'all see my face? Y'all see my face?
Now that name is a name that Tammy had given her. Let me let y'all see her face since she mentioning it. Top Flight said, hold on, let me see. MTGV, why did they say when CPS was called, it was basically okay because Florentina was there? I don't think I heard that. Well, I know I didn't hear that. I remember them saying that they did an interview with Jarvis. The news saying that they did an interview with Jarvis, and he said that he didn't do anything to anybody. I remember that being said. So it seemed like, I mean, I don't know why they would take this man's word for it anyway. But so I'm not sure. What else about that Top Flight? That's weird. So we had to carry somebody out to the block party. We got energy on high in here. And that's what we own. High energy. No troll energy. Okay, I thought I was the only one that caught it, because in the beginning, when she was talking to those people not showing their face, she told them they can't be around. Why they can't be around. Now, the people that was talking with the distorted voices and they backs turned, that was Kiwana and Jernell. And maybe they was talking about they can't be around the kids because Annette and them ain't messing with them no more after they reported that back in 2022. But I'm not sure if that's what you're talking about. But that's the only thing I could remember about that. And then, you know, but yeah, clearly they didn't want to be they didn't want to be seen or identified and stuff. Let me let her finish talking. Oh, that's right. I was going to uncover her face, and she's saying, look at her face. Old Nettie oil behind the chains.
He said his name was Freddie. What Tammy has said. She said Freddie, something like that. And I am not, let me make it very clear. I am not insinuating.
But Tammy said the name. And then what's clicking to me is that Dre said that Jarvis has other family members that live on the block. But that's right. This is not a net street. So that's not relevant. But I was going to say that Jarvis have family members and friends, people he know that live on the next block. And people be watching the block and watching the house and all that kind of stuff. We found out through Naziah's text messages and stuff.
Or alleging that this man named Freddie is responsible or has anything to do with Naziah. I'm not saying that at all. It just was a coincidence that his name was Freddie, and with me working with Tammy, it kind of raised some hairs on the back of your neck, if you will. So obviously with him telling me that I did look for the scar, but the side that I was the side I was on his left side, and I didn't see any scars, because as soon as I heard the name, I was like,
wait a dang on minute. That's another connection that she looking for a scar on the arm. Shout out to Cold Piece. Like, I mean, we was talking about that, but it was a whole different scenario, but that stuck out. Now, who's she talking about? Because that's why I got to pay attention. Is she talking about the Freddy guy with the scar? Because I'm talking about Jarvis, but let's see.
And I didn't see any scars, because as soon as I heard the name, I was like, obviously with him telling me that I did look for
who told her about a scar?
It just was a coincidence that his Freddie is responsible or has anything to do with Naziah. I'm not saying that at all. It just was a coincidence that his name was Freddie, and with me working with Tammy, it kind of raised some hairs on the back of your neck, if you will. So obviously with him telling me that I did look for the scar, but the side that I was the side I was on his left side, and I didn't see any scars, because as soon as I heard the name, I was like, so immediately, my antennas, went up again. Not insinuating that this man has anything to do with.
So, did anybody see a reading where Tammy was talking about a guy named Freddie? Because with a scar, but that scar resonate with somebody else for me, just because of the conversation. Those the bitter or her stomach, is those her bitter? Unfortunately, no one said anything. See something, say something. Exactly. I don't know what happened. Let's see. Yes, please smack that thumbs up, y'all. What we looking like? How many thumbs up we get? Like this, like pulling teeth. My sleuth mods feel like it's pulling teeth when they gotta ask everybody to hit the goddamn thumbs up when it's some good content that you're listening to. We only got 102 thumbs up. Can we please get 131 thumbs up unless we got 31, unless we got about 29 haters in the building? Look in the mirror and ask yourself, why haven't I hit the thumbs up yet? And I'm sitting here watching the whole thing. enjoying it. Am I a hater? Or did I just forget? So we should already be at it. Double tap the screen and hit the 3 dots upper right to get to the free thumbs up button. We gonna keep going.
ZIYAH, it just so happened that his name is Freddie and Fred.
It's crazy.
So I was like, okay,
and TV.
And he seemed nice at first when I was speaking with him, and I told him, who I was and that I was looking for my cousin and how long she had been missing, how old she was, and we just got, a tip that she might be somewhere, in this area, and we just wanted to check it out. That house, he owns the houses that's on the side of the land bank house, which is the house that
see, that's crazy. Now I'm gonna have to take it back a little bit and pay attention. But you're right, Debbie, and I've been saying that, like, nothing is always exactly the same. But for her to say the name Freddie and she ran across a Freddie like that could mean something. And then they talking about the scar. That means something to me. So we got 133 thumbs, 133 people watching, but only 103 thumbs up. Oh, I see 112 on my end. I see 112. Thank y'all. Thank you for the 113 thumbs up. I appreciate y'all. I know some people forget. It don't cost you a dime. So thank you. Sheesh.
Tammy showed me, with the two big triangles at the top with the little balcony or what have you. So he owns the houses on the side. So I'm looking like, well, if he owned the houses on the side, then why is his cars, in the driveway? So, I went back up to him or whatever a second time and asked him, did he mind opening the cars for me, for my own peace of mind.
Wait a minute now. I think she was talking about a scar on one of his arms. So hold on. If Rain of Fire, hold on. Oh, Rain of Fire says something about that. Say it's a tattoo on the left arm. Oh, that's right. That's freaking right. She did say it was a She did mention that, and I was talking about something else. So that is a connection. Rain of Fire say it's a tattoo on the left arm, 365. Roxy on phone with Tammy when Fred name say. Tammy say Nazaya keep say Fred when she do reading. Really? For Kiwana and Janelle. What? Oh, I didn't hear the name Fred. I watched that. No Scar said. Yes, but I know about a scar. So that scar, and then that number, the arm, that's connecting. Wow.
And he declined.
Why?
He declined to let me see, to open both of the cars.
Hey,
I felt like that was off.
Welcome in.
Because he was saying, do whatever it is that y'all need to do, not be willing to help in that aspect. Then I had to leave because I had to go do the interview with Fox 2. And then I guess there was still people there, or it was people, in the community that wanted to help, and they had beat me there back to Indiana. I had to go run to the east side and then come back to Indiana on the west side. That was like 30 minutes. So the people that was over there on Indiana, my phone is blowing up. And I'm like,
people on Indiana,
what's going on? What's going on? I'm trying to let my phone charge and stuff like that because it's been dying, overheating or whatever. So I was trying to get some juice and my phone is going off. And I'm like, what is going on? So finally I take a call from somebody, and they were saying like, oh, he just moved the car out the driveway, and he just hurried up and took off.
What's up with that weird behavior?
And I'm like, what? That's weird. That's weird. Then when I come back, right? When I come back over there, the car that was in the driveway of the land bank house was moved. It was moved. It was moved on the street, but it was moved. When I was talking to him, he told me, when I was asking him about the cars and did he know whose cars they were, he told me that, you know, the car was on the street and then he had just put the car, you know, in the driveway or what have you. I'm assuming maybe, you know, people speeding down the street or something like that. But then let me not assume. Okay, let me not assume. So I don't understand why the car was moved after we left. I don't understand why the car was moved after we left. The car was right there in front of in the street. So then when I came back, you know, some people had beat me back or whatever to Indiana. And
see, she keeps saying
some people
Indiana.
had beat me back to Indiana. And
how Indiana and they pronouncing it Ipiani. It's like Ipiani, or like that is just weird. Like I promise you, I was like Ypsilanti and Indiana mix, and then the content creator that was talking to her, she was saying it wrong too. Ipiani, they was both saying it wrong. Ypsilanti is spelled different than what it sounds like, but that really stuck out. I'm trying to look back at the video to see the address.
They had told me that a postal worker had left them in the car.
I don't know if Fred is black or white. Let me see. So that family knows where she is, at least the ones that she was living with, I believe. Yep, I totally believe that. Hey girl, is she talking about the cars she was searching while eating an apple or something? I'm not sure. She was talking about the cars that they were searching in the video that we was watching here. Dang. Let me let her talk. I'm looking
and I was
for something
like,
else.
A postal worker. So when I get there, you know, the people bring me or whatever to the man or whatever. So I was like, you know, once again, introduce myself, told him, you know, who I was, told him about ZIYAH's story and everything. They said that the car, yeah, somebody did. They said, you know, that the car was sitting there for 4 months, but then that day specifically, he moved the car. So when I get over there, I talked to this man, and he was like,
thank you, Sophisticated Luxury. So we only have 121 thumbs up and 137 watching. Can y'all please match the thumbs up with the views, please? And thank you for going back and catching it all. Hey girl, that's what's up. But why was she looking for her on the west side? That's confusing because that's a long way from the east side where they live. Now, the apartment building that we were looking at yesterday, or was that yesterday? Anyway, was that on the west side? Because she could have been following leads from that. I don't know. I really don't know, because I'm just finding out that in this video she said it was 7 months ago, but she said that she had been looking since February. So if she was looking since February and this 7 months later, they probably already searched the Bedford areas and things like that. And now they just looking elsewhere. That's what I assume. But I don't know because, I'm just coming across this.
Oh, yeah, I just let your people look in the car. Now, this is not the man named Fred. I know that I did get his name, but honestly, I can't remember his name right now because my brain is so.
Oh, that was on the east side.
I asked him.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Did he know who cars they were? This is the postal worker. The postal worker said that they were his cars. The postal worker told me that they were his cars. The first time I spoke to Fred told me that the car that was sitting in the driveway and the car that was in the backyard were both Fred's cars.
So why they lying?
He told me that. Then he said that the house, I asked him about the house. He said that the house used to belong to a married couple that is now deceased named the Calhouns. However, they passed away years ago. It doesn't make sense to me how I asked Fred, aka Freddie, about the cars, and he told me that the cars were his. But then when I came back over there, when I left from my interview and came back over there, the car was moved out the driveway, and the postal worker said that the cars were his.
Why they lying?
The postal worker also had the keys to the car. So then I asked the postal worker, do you mind if I look in the cars? He said, sure. So he opened up the first car that was sitting in the driveway, the historical car. The car was clean. It's like one of them old school clean cars, that would be on like the Woodward Cruise type car. So the car was like clean. It wasn't dirty or nothing like that. However, the back seat, there was like a really big
we missing a few thumbs up. Chocolate said we need 16 people to hit the thumbs up. Can y'all please help us get to our thumbs up goal? Let me see what y'all saying over here. $4820. Oh, use the East Side Red Zone. Shaking my head, and they live right over there. You see, Marquita boyfriend was shook. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he really was. Like, I ain't from this side of town and all of that kind of stuff. And he never come on that side of town. And all of that. I'm waiting to get the thumbs up a little bit, as you hit the thumbs up, it helps get us out into the algorithm. And also, if you want to help the channel, smack those reactions. That let YouTube know that y'all enjoying what I'm doing, and they'll bring more people over here. And so for the people that's not hitting it, they know that. They hating. They don't really support the channel, but they like the content. I guess that's kind of weird. How do you not support the person, the host, but you watching the content? I'm kind of confused. That's where hating comes in at. But and some people might have left before they got a chance to. But shout out to the replay sleuths that's gonna help get us over the hump. And shout out to everybody that support great content. He didn't want Shannon there because he said people was looking for her. Yep. And he was like, it's bad enough that they can get her, Marquita, confused with her. So he was just like, I don't want to be around all this. So if she had all these leads, I still don't understand why she didn't give this information to the police. Why do you think she didn't? I totally believe that she gave it to the police, because that's crazy if she didn't. And then the police is there on the scene, so they see what she's doing and all of that stuff. everything that she came across, like the hotel when she was telling that story and all that stuff. I mean, she was saying that she couldn't say too much as if she was communicating with the cops, like, and then she's on live and stuff like that. So I think, but dang, I mean, it's like they're coming out there on the scene, discouraging them from searching, acting like they can't go into a residence, and seeming like it's just seeming real shady the way that they actions were. They should have been assisting instead of talking about we can't go in a building. What are you talking about? I mean, even if they needed a warrant or whatever, they could have got that if for odor, like somebody's missing. Go see what the odor is. You're the police. If you can't do it, who the heck can?
Like dark stain behind the driver's seat. And another one like on behind the passenger seat. So I was like, what is that right there? When blood is like dry, I can't say that it was blood, but it was like of a darker burgundy color. So I can't necessarily, have any test equipment or anything like that. So when I asked him the first time, what was it? This was his response. Come on, man. I said, no, I'm for real. What is that? What is that? And he was like, oh, it's probably like juice or something. Then he said juice at first. Then he changed it and said it's rust.
Thank you, JoJo.
It's rust. Now y'all let me know. When you have a clean car, right? A fairly clean car. I didn't know that carpet can rust. Can carpet rust?
It should have been.
Like
fire.
A large capacity of it. Like, can it rust? Do we have any carpenters in here? Any carpenters in here? Anybody lay down carpet? Can anybody give me like a carpet class?
I mean, if the
so I can verify if carpets rust.
I think that the the metal up under the carpet can rust and put rust on the carpet. But I don't know. I don't know. It depends on what it's made of, I guess. A carpenter does wood. Oh. Oh. Hi, Leela. Could you please hit the like button? Yes, thank you, Leela. We appreciate it. We looking for a few more thumbs up. We got 141 watching and 134. But let me keep this going because I don't have all day. I want to do that next live stream.
Carpet class, anybody? Somebody get back to me with the carpet class answer. So I'm like, okay. So then I opened up the other car that's in the back, the old car that's in the back. And the Lincoln that's all the way in the back. Now you can tell that this car hasn't been moved in years. The tires is flat, like is very much rust on that car. Okay, it's rust on that car. So he opens the trunk of that car, and there's clothes in there, underwear, and things like that. So I was asking him about that car. He said like it was his father's car. His father passed away, and things like that. However, there was like, I don't know, I guess the car ain't never been cleaned out, but it was a pillow in there.
That's what I was saying.
That had like droplets of a burgundy color on the pillow that would look like dried blood. I'm not saying that is what it was. but it did insinuate to me that that is what it could have been based off of, you know.
Thank y'all to the people that's hitting the reactions. We got like 1,757 reactions. Y'all smack the reactions. That helps the channel, y'all. But thank you to the people that did, and shout out to the people that's been through here. We checking.
Knowing what fresh blood looks like. What does fresh blood look like?
Triggers, just in case.
Right. It's like a dark slash but bright. It's like a bright red, right? Like a red lipstick, like bright red, right? And then as the blood gets oxygen, it starts to coagulate a little bit, and it may form like a clot, maybe or maybe not. But then the color starts, and it becomes like a darker, like burgundy brown color, right? And then when the blood is in its final, place or whatever it's setting on, it's like that burgundy kind of color. Just know me being, a girl that has cycles, we know what blood looks like, or whatever the case is, you know what I'm saying? So women know where we going, blood looks like, because, we have our hormonal things.
Too much talk about that. I don't want to hear all that.
When I got there,
goodness,
the postal worker said that they were his cars.
Didn't we
let that sink in? No, nobody's slamming. Like I said, if y'all was in here earlier, I said I wasn't saying that he has anything to do with ZIYAH or anything like that at all. So I'm not insinuating that he has anything to do with ZIYAH. I'm not insinuating that the postal worker has anything to do with them. I was just doing, it's just how certain things came off. I'm not insinuating that they have anything to do.
Alrighty, shit. Okay, so what did y'all think about that? Like, that was a whole lot, right? So that was some stuff that I had not seen, and I definitely wanted to put it on the record. Okay, so but once again, how did she end up looking on the west side? I don't know what, maybe some leads led her there. I would love to know what led her to certain places. I'm thinking maybe Tammy was telling her different spots. Immediate cousin or second cousin. Welcome in, Super Shana. The metal tool. Carpet doesn't rust. Let's see. Carpet doesn't rust is truest form from the metal tools and car pieces. Does. And when you lay them around the carpet for months, yep, and the rust will start, yep. I could definitely see that, man. She pumping for info. They shady. Laugh, stuttering, weird. In UK police, Scotland Yard, etc. Scan all social media sites 24/7. I'm sure the government agencies in US do the same. Yeah, they definitely do. They do their police work based off of social media. They find out a lot. And because everybody tell everything, they solving all kind of crimes. People sitting up here getting cars off of Facebook Marketplace to do a freaking unaliving. Let's see. Oh, do we got a troll? Like a thank you, Fire. Shout out to my sniper. Ta-ra-ta-ta! That's all we do. We don't keep trolls around over here. Now, I don't know if this is the real Super Shana, because I've seen that name before. But anyway, we gonna keep it going. I ain't got time. Thank you. Shout out to my snipers. You know what I'm saying? Bow. Okay. All right. So that was a whole lot, y'all. And I it's a lot of information. I'm seeing what they were doing. I'm seeing where the the fences and all of this stuff originated from. I don't know if that's what Rain. I don't know if I heard Candace Starr say that she don't listen to other people's readings because she don't want to be distorted with hers. And so I don't know if Rain of Fire is the same way, but they're all saying that same thing. And to know that it was said, pretty much from the beginning or whenever they start doing their searches and whatnot. But this is just crazy, man. This is just crazy. And for this to things are steadily coming out on that page too. I mean, look at this clown. Look at all of them. Look how young Florentino appeared to be, and they said that was his boyfriend. So, I mean, it's all looking exactly what we're thinking. So now, who's making sure Naziah don't get found? Because I know what Rain of Fire said, and Rain of Fire said that she had been moved. She was right there when everybody was looking. She said she was there. And see, I'm now saying that is making me think about where they searching at here, because she was saying that they was right there, and she was saying something about where the police were searching at, I think. But I don't know if they talking here or was it Rouge River. I think at the time when I first heard it, I thought they were talking about Rouge River because I didn't know about all of this. So and then she said somebody doing some deep root work to keep it hidden. And then we got people in that seem to be working in different positions. It's like, I'm feeling like what's going on with this case is what happened with Naziah inside the house. Like, she was trapped inside of the hellhole, just like she kind of mentioned that. She said, I'll never get out of this hellhole, when she was talking to him, when he was bringing the hell to her, and and everything that was going on. But this right here is disturbing in itself, seeing this big old oversized man with little Florentino that looked like he way younger. Now, I don't know they age differences or whatnot, but this just lets you know the dynamic. She right there in the middle. She right there mending it all together. The middle, the middle connects everything, right? As we connect dots. It's sick. It's everything we think it is what it's looking like to me. I know people don't trust Kiwana, but I trust her and Janelle mostly. Everybody else gives me the ick. Now, see, Kiwana seems to be stirring the pot. I mean, she's the one that always gonna show up to defend whatever, and she seems like, after seeing what was said when Kenya mentioned Crystal Gamble. Whatever happened between Crystal Gamble and Kiwana is something that she don't want out. It made her very upset. And Janelle said that that Kenya knows a lot of hurtful things about Kiwana. And so Kiwana has a reason to keep to not want to share too much, because she don't want too much to come out about her devastation. And so I suspected that what it could be based off of this, and that I just got off that IG page right before I went live. You see, I believe my whole family got rid of my cousin, and mom was also touched by my grandmother's husband. Okay, so if Shannon was touched, then that would mean Marquita was too. Now they're younger. They're younger than Kiwana. So with that being said, then that would mean that she would have been touched too, because she's standing right next to Lady, who we all know was. And so I mean, they have traumas. It's things that it's a lot of things. And then even it blew me away when Kiwana mentioned that her sister was touching children. Now, her sister admitted it in that interview, but I thought she was talking about from a child. So I got a little clearance clearing things up because it didn't make sense when we was listening to the sister. She said that Kiwana warned her about going over there, and I thought I said it in the video. I said she warned her at the age of 6. That didn't make sense to me. So when Kiwana said that's not true what her sister said, the way she said it, she said that her sister was convinced by Roxy to come out and tell her story. Up until that, she was hanging around Shannon them. That's what she said. But then the sister said that she wasn't bringing her kids around them and everything, but the way that she was acting, crying and all that, and telling Shannon them how much she loved them and how much she didn't want to say anything, that let me know that she was confused. Like if she was around them at 6 to 12 and they did that to her, and if she was still hanging around them as an adult and didn't think nothing of it until after Roxy, then how can you blame Kiwana if Kiwana didn't know until she was an adult? So at this point, it's just too much confusion when it comes to that. But I believe something happened to her sister. The time frame, it may have happened from 6 to 12, but when did she stop going around them? So I mean, but a lot of things happen, and it's a lot of things that they don't want out. It's a lot of things that they're embarrassed about, and they're just saying certain things, throwing certain daggers that only they know. But Jernell said Kenya knows a lot of hurtful things about Kiwana, and she's slowly inching to telling it. And that's why you start hearing, I hate you, all that. And then Kenya had like a smirky smile. I could tell just by the way she was talking. It was like she trumped her. Like, yeah, keep talking. And yeah, Crystal. She hadn't said Crystal Gamble in all the talking that they ever did. She ain't never, I don't know, because I ain't listened to all of it, so I can't say that. But I will say I ain't never heard the name Crystal Gamble before watching that. And she said, y'all need to go find her. So it's something about her that Kiwana don't want out. And it's something about her situation that she's not comfortable with telling. And they're throwing that in her face. It's just crazy. It's sad. It's ridiculous. It's disgusting. It's so many different things. It really is. And it's all going to come out. Because once you start talking, baby, you can't stop it. You can't stop it now. You cannot stop it. Now, I hate to end abruptly, but I have to end because I got another live stream set up. But y'all can stay here if y'all interested in finding out what's going on with the Medicaid and all that, because I want to find that out. So we about to go live talking about Trump, and we will be back on the ZIYAH Harris case. Thank y'all so much. We still don't have a thumbs up that match, so that's discouraging also. I'm looking at 127 thumbs up and 41 or 127. Oh, wait, 127 watching and 141 thumbs up. Hold on. I might be confused. But thank y'all. Thank y'all all for being here, watching my content, finding value in my content, and hitting the thumbs up. So yeah, we got more thumbs up than we have views. Thank y'all so much for helping us reach the live goal of making the views match. But on the replays, with the replay sleuths, please help us get to 1,000, because we can. There's no reason why we can't. So I'm gonna get up out of here because I'm getting over my time too. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. But stay in this chat if you want to hear about the Medicaid stuff. I'll be right back.